We are one day removed from the election day, and the votes for the next president of the United States are still being counted. Analysts are saying that the race is too close to call, and several key states have still yet to be decided one way or the other. With the election as tight as it is, we have our comedy hype analysts Rita, Brent, and Pierre calling into the studio along with comedian Marvin Hunter to talk about the current status of the polls. Now, right now, according to Associated Press, we have Biden in lead and we have Trump following behind him. Now, we know right now we're waiting for mail-in ballots. That's what we're going to be depending on right now. We've heard from Trump as well as Biden. Biden saying he's optimistic, and Trump saying that this is a fraud on the American public. Now, Rita, as you're watching this election and you're hearing all these things, what is your feeling while watching this?
I had the runs. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just got nervous because it took me back to 2016. Because all I know in 2016 is I had some brown liquor and I thought Hillary was gonna win. I went to sleep. I woke up and Trump was president. So I did not drink any brown liquor last night, But they kept saying that they probably weren't going to call the election last night. So I didn't expect it to be called, but I did not expect Trump to get on the air at 2 a.m. in the morning talking about this is fraud and all of that. That was very, very classless. And it's that kind of propaganda and rhetoric. That's the reason he doesn't need to be president, because he straight up be lying to people. So I hope Biden pulls through. There's a good chance that he will, and I hope he pulls through. But it is a little disheartening, a lot of disheartening that this race is so close. It means that people are going to continue to choose supremacy rather than the good of the whole of the nation. So that's unfortunate.
Pierre, what was your feeling while watching all this unfold?
That's funny. I'm surprised that Rita said that she was surprised at his classlessness. That's just what he is. That's what he does. I wasn't surprised him getting on TV saying that there might be a fraud. He'd be yelling fraud all along. As long as he wins, it won't be fraud. But once he
right.
loses, fraud. What surprises me is one of them is a lot like Texas, like some of the Latino people. A lot of Latino community still voted for Trump. I am mind. How bad do you need to be beat by Latino people? And what is happening here, man? You saw how he treats you. You saw, I guess those are Latino people who don't associate with the Mexicans on the other side, I guess, who are being detained. It's almost like blacks and Africans, I guess it must be a beef between that culture. I don't get it. But I'm not surprised. I am a little disheartened how close it is. It just shows that America is based on that money. People value money over class or anything. And I tell you, the person who's probably the most nervous right now is Melania, because she got to, if he wins, she got to fake it for 4 more years. That's gonna be rough.
And Marvin, what about you? First we'll appreciate you joining us today, but what are your reactions to as this unfolds?
Well, I'm not. I wasn't surprised. I mean, ever since they did away with the the Voting Rights Act in 2013, Republicans have been manipulating the lines and stuff like that. So I knew it was going to be some mess. And then also with them having the mail-in ballots, it was going to take a while. Trump had already said that he was going to act a fool. I mean, but I'm like Rita, when he got up there and actually said that, though, it just made me think I just missed the days when stupid people had to be quiet. Stupid people used to have to ask for permission to talk, and we just let stupid people run amok these days. You know what I'm saying? But it makes me, the amount of black people that actually voted for him this time, it's sad.
Black men.
Yeah, but somebody sent me a statistic this morning that said that black men increased 5 to 10%, and black women voting for him increased too. It's just, I hate to say it like that, but it's like everything else in life. A hoe gonna hold up for a hoe, asshole gonna hold up for an asshole. People who lack integrity gonna hold up for somebody who lack integrity. And folks might not like to hear me say that, but that's how I feel about it.
And I think it seems we're all on the same page. Marvin, I know you actually just put out a video that went viral based on, stupid people saying stupid things, as you stated.
So this is my problem with us. When we sit up here, we say, Biden ain't no different from Trump. He the same person. What the You don't see what the hell is going on? We are literally going back to the 60s, where these motherfuckers feel like they are in power to intimidate. Literally. It's happening before our very eyes. We have cell phone video everywhere. And yet some of you motherfuckers have dug in your heels. Biden ain't no different from Trump.
What was the drive for that? I know one thing that I kept hearing you say is we need to stop the bleeding. Like the bleeding has to be stopped.
White people have, not all white people, but racist white people have always been there. But it was not in fashion to be blatantly, overtly racist. Since Trump has been, well, it started under Obama. It's like it started to bubble, and you see more and more of them saying racist things. Trump just came right on there and rode that wave, and it's gotten worse up under him. I understand people saying the economy, this, that, and the other, but for you to be Black and not understand that one of the most sensitive items for us as African Americans in this country is racism and what we've had to endure. We have generational PTSD. And for you to expect me to look past his racism to find a redeeming quality, you've lost your goddamn mind.
And what was it? Yeah, no, I definitely agree too. When I saw the video, I could just feel your passion to it because you were talking about how, you know, a lot of people are looking at him and saying, well, you know, what about Biden? You know, him and Biden are just alike. What is it about that makes you so furious? Because I could just feel your passion through that. And I think that's why it went viral, because a lot of people connected to that. Like, how can you see everything that's happening? And the particular thing that you were referring to was when the Trump supporters were surrounding the Biden-Harris bus and pretty much trying to escort them out of town. So where does that come from for you?
You know, it's like, you know, you see 2 + 2 is 4, and somebody tell you is 8, and they willing to argue with you about it. I'm not saying Biden is a perfect person, and I understand that we exist in a systematic racist society. Overall, we have to deal with that. But to say that those two people are the same is completely ridiculous to me. Now, you can say that they exist in the same corrupt system, but to say that they're the same is ridiculous. And what's so crazy, when Biden was the vice president, you ain't hear nobody saying nothing about no crime bills. Yeah, right. You ain't hear nothing about that. Nobody said nothing about it. They were saying Hillary. They were saying your husband wrote the crime bill. They were saying all that stuff, and now it's a problem. It's almost like some of these cats is on the payroll of the Republicans, and it's like they don't understand that what you're saying. It's when you got racist people parroting what you're saying, they coming back saying the same thing you're saying, and say, well, see, some of your people say that should give you pause right there, that they are not the same people. I'm not impressed with Biden or Harris, but Trump gotta go. We are living in some strange times, and if we don't see what the hell is going on, man, we're gonna be in some trouble, you know, down the line, because some of these people, these Karen videos are out of control. It's documented. You can see the level of emboldenedness that they have now to approach us. Now, what happens when the Karen got a gun on them? And then, or the Ken got a gun on them, and then they approach you, and then you step to them with aggression, as you should, because get out of my fucking business. And then they pull a gun and shoot you. I felt threatened. See, this is, man, we going back to the 60s, man. It's like.
Stand your ground don't work for us, Marvin. We know that. Stand your ground laws don't work for us. Yeah. You know, George Zimmerman was able to kill Trayvon Martin in the street when Trayvon was the one defending himself. So if we do respond with the aggression we being met with, we once again will be turned into the aggressor and not the victim.
Exactly.
But you know, the good thing is usually chaos comes along with change. You have to understand, these are people, we are changing now. These white folks are seeing them losing their grip on society. Just because they have a president don't mean shit. But the fact that they seeing gay people together again, they on TV, or they see black people move in their neighborhood, they seeing black people have good jobs, they got to work for black people. They are fighting that inside of all the years of having been told, you're number one, white person, you're going to have a better life. When they start seeing the different changes, which is happening. So let's just buckle down. Let's not be fearful of this stuff. This is what happens with change. Even during civil rights, there was a lot of deaths, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, but it wound up working itself out for a certain time. So we're going through it now. So just understand that it's going to be Karens and Kens will be all over because they're losing the grip. And we got to stay steadfast and fight for it and hold on. If we lose this election, that's okay. But still stay fed. Stay on Trump. Stay on that situation constantly, and it will rectify itself. This next generation coming up, they're going to clean it up. Trust me.
I hope you're right.
Nigga,
I hope you're right, man.
Yeah, hit it right on the head.
I know some people say, hey man, you know, don't be afraid. But trust me, I ain't afraid. I was frustrated. That video was out of complete frustration. I had just watched that video, and about 3 minutes later, I was on camera. It was frustration. I mean, and when I made the point about us not being prepared, because you hear people all the time, I'm ready for revolution. I wish somebody would. We're not prepared, man. We're not prepared. You around here with 3 pistols and potty meat and a flashlight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're not prepared for what could happen. You know, white people got compounds, man. They have arsenals of stuff. You're not prepared for that. Stop saying that. You know what I mean? We got to learn how to grow our own food. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand what to do if the grid go down. How can you take care of yourself and your family? You know what I'm saying? Or it's all types of stuff you need to do. So that, it's just, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with our lack of preparedness for what could happen and our nonchalantness about it. The cavalier nature of us gonna be our destruction sometimes, man. You act like you don't see what's happening.
But Marvin, I think videos like you did, man, is gonna help spread the light to a lot of people. We hear more of that kind of stuff and see more passionate stuff. People are gonna wake up. That's why it went viral, like Symphony said. People connected to it emotionally. So as long as we continue to do that, we're gonna spread the word. I mean, of course, all Black people aren't on the same line right now. Yeah. We'll get there. We just gotta keep believing we'll get there, and gravitate to the ones who are coming to us and try to pull up the ones who aren't and not necessarily belittle those. Say, okay, y'all, we need to get together. Constantly say that, and I believe that this will change.
And I think in summary too, something that Killer Mike says that I think is huge, especially for right now, because what we're going through, we as a people, no matter who wins, whether we get Trump or Biden, we as a people have to come together. We have to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize in order to move us forward as a people. So we can't sit back and wait for, Trump or Biden to make those changes. We as a people have to make a change. So I definitely appreciate all of you calling in. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.